Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Erica Rosen, Vice President of Marketing at BioLite. Thank you for joining us, Erica.
Thank you for having me.
We've spoken so many times before about your great gear that is terrific for people who are on the road going camping, etc., off-grid. These days, not so much. people are home, but the gear can still be fun and useful. Give us a little overview of, maybe some stories you've heard or what people are doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think you said it best, where people are moving from the backcountry into their backyard. And one thing that we've been really inspired and humbled by is that they're taking their BioLite gear with them. And so what we've seen is a lot of folks breaking out their camp stove and their fire pit and bringing the campfire that they want at the campsite much closer to home. And so we have folks hanging out in the backyard, whether it's just, passing the time around a fire. But as everybody, or as you know, our camp stove and our fire pit both offer really great cooking capabilities. And so we also have a lot of people who are taking their kitchen outside. And so let's say that you're cooped up in the house all day, or you're just looking to kind of break up the routine. We've got a lot of folks who are engaging with this, not just for the campfire feel, but for the ability to have a really fun outdoor cooking and grilling experience.
Beyond that, you're doing an interesting thing online. I saw a post and wanted to get in touch with you about this. A little bit of a STEM lesson on how your technology works. And may people who aren't familiar with BioLite may not even be aware of what makes you different.
Yeah, so there's a lot of science and engineering that goes into the products that we make. So with our camp stove and our fire pit, one of the things that we're most well known for is our ability to burn biomass, so wood or pellets or even pine cones, nearly smokeless, which means that we're creating near perfect combustion of the fuel inside those fires. And so there's a lot of work that goes into making that happen. And so we wanted to find an avenue to celebrate that story as people are increasingly using these products close to home. And then on top of that, I want to just take a minute and celebrate and tip my hat to all of the parents and teachers that are trying to keep kids engaged at home right now. That's something that we've got parents at BioLite, and we have people in our own circles who are teachers, and people are really looking for ways to keep kids stimulated, and just relying on the typical lesson plan just isn't necessarily cutting it because the environment has been so disrupted. And so for us, we thought that there was a great opportunity to share a little bit about the science behind these products, but do it in a way that could potentially engage kids who are interacting with them. I was talking about how people are using the camp stove and fire pit for cooking, but a lot of the photos and a lot of the stories that we're getting back are of families. They're of parents talking about how their kids spent 15 minutes collecting sticks in the backyard, or they're roasting marshmallows, or, just having a couple of minutes around the kind of swirling flame is the couple of minutes of peace and quiet that they get for the day. So what we decided to do was we put together a brief little lesson plan that includes a video from one of our engineers explaining how the camp stove works. There are some coloring sheets so that let's say that, the kids aren't necessarily ready for a written essay. They can just color in the camp stove. And then one other part that I really like, and it's one of my favorite parts of the lesson, is we talk about all the different types of engineers and scientists that contribute to making something like the camp stove. And so you get to understand just how many different parts of STEM can go into creating a product like the camp stove. And then we round it out with 3 really great quick little quotes and anecdotes from 3 engineers on the BioLite team talking about why they love being an engineer. And so we hope that provides a little bit of inspiration for kids at home.
And there are 2 aspects, I guess, to the camp stove. One is that you're able to create this fire without generating a lot of smoke, be able to cook on it nearly smoke-free, and the other being you're able to generate electricity at the same time. And the video kind of explains how you're able to do those things.
Yeah, absolutely. So the video is of one of our engineers in our burn lab. So we filmed it way before quarantine and lockdown. But it's one of our engineers in the lab talking about the kind of all of the mechanics and systems going on inside the camp stove. And so one of the things he does go into is our patented thermoelectric design. And so exactly what you're describing is unique to the camp stove, where we're able to take a piece of or a portion of the heat from the fire and convert it into usable electricity. So it's this really cool phenomenon that happens inside the stove. And yeah, if you use the lesson plan, your 8-year-old will be running around telling people what a thermoelectric generator is.
Cool stuff. Where can people find it?
So they can find it on our blog. So our blog post is, if you just go to BioLiteEnergy.com and you scroll down and look at our blog. But also, if folks are following BioLite on Instagram or on Facebook, so on Instagram, we're just at BioLite, BIOLITE, you'll see a post all about this, and there will be a link in the bio. So easy to find. And if for some reason you can't find it, you can always give us a shout on any of our social media channels, and we'll be happy to share the link directly.
Terrific. Again, it's BioLiteEnergy.com, BIOLITE energy.com. Erica Rosen, thank you so much for taking the time with us, and stay safe.
Thank you. You too.
Now this. How many companies out there have continued to innovate when it comes to building a better radio? I'm Fred Fishkin, host of Techstination, and I'm here to tell you about the new CC Skywave SSB radio from the wonderful people at C. Crane. Bob and his crew really love radio, and it shows in this new compact model that is packed with features. Beyond great AM and FM reception and sound, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world, listen to ham radio operators, aviation, and more. It's the radio you'll turn to every day, and in emergencies. It will run for nearly 3 days on just 2 AA batteries. Pair the sleep timer with the new Soft Speaker 3, and you've got the perfect radio for your nightstand. Of course, it can wake you up too. Click on C. Crane at Techstination.com and put in the code Techstination for a free flashlight with your order. They love radio, and you'll love C. Crane.